everybody. Today I'm going to be reviewing 3 National Geographic Kids book, Almanac 2021, Bet You Didn't Know, and 5,000 awesome facts about everything so you can see if you'd like to add them to your home library. It's probably not a big surprise to you guys that I'm a fan of National Geographic Kids products. I've reviewed a lot of activity kits and books on my channel. Now, of these 3 books, I think my 8-year-old daughter's favorite was the 2021 Almanac. It's basically collections of facts and sort of other fun things, and they're organized by kind of theme. So this is about animal classification. There's sections on space. Here's a section on space. There's sections on the weather. And it will give you some basic information about that and, other kinds of details from the weather. They're talking about clouds and stuff like that. As with most National Geographic Kids books, the layout is really beautiful, the graphic design is visually interesting, and the photos are beautiful, colorful, and really stunning. I really like this page that shows you some awesome optical illusions. So I think that the reason that my daughter likes this so much is that there's just a huge amount of variety. You can kind of open up to any page spread and get some interesting factoids. As you can see here, there's also different types of segments like Try This, where you can try making your own gingerbread house. So all things considered, for a relatively small book, it's just packed with factual information, scientific information, suggested projects, wonderful photographs, games, all sorts of things. So I really think this is a wonderful value for a book to pack so much into one smallish book. The book is 6¼ inches by 9½ inches, so it will fit real nicely on your bookcase, and it will be something that you and your kids can go back to again and again. These other 2 books, Bet You Didn't Know and 5,000 Awesome Facts, are really great for sort of factoids, so interesting things about funny animals or gems, space, and stuff like that. If you guys have ever watched the Weird But True show or played the Weird But True game, which I've also reviewed on my channel, this would be sort of in that vein. Interesting factoids about different things, and as with all the other books, visually interesting graphic design and lots of stunning photography. I think with these books, kind of similar to the Almanac, you can dip in at any page. You don't have to read it cover to cover. You can just pick on themes that you like or just open to any random page, and you're likely to find some interesting factoids. Now, having said that, that benefit of this book is also somewhat a limitation of the book, because there's only so many times that you can go over these factoids. It's not like a kid's picture book, which you can read over and over again, and they're drawn into the story as well as the visuals. This is really like series of facts and little narratives, and so you're not going to read this particular page. Brachiosaurus would be tall enough to look through a 5th floor window over and over and over again. Once you've read it a couple times, you're probably going to skip over that page. So I do think that my kids enjoy these books, but I also think for the reason that you can only go over facts so many times, there's going to be some sort of a shelf life to them. This particular book is larger than the Almanac. It's 9½ by just about 12 inches tall. So it'll take up a little bit more space in your bookcase. Now that said, you can also use this as a wonderful coffee table book because it's colorful, it's beautiful. You can leave it on your coffee table, and if you have guests or even other kids over, they can just grab onto it and dip in at any page and, really be amused or at least learn a new fact for that day. The 5,000 Awesome Facts is kind of similar to the Bet You Didn't Know. It's going to be these collection of interesting facts. In this case, it's a little bit more linear, I guess I would say, in organization. So for example, this will be 50 enormous elephants, and it will have facts about those elephants, and they're kind of organized in this fashion. 35 facts about mummies. So, there'll be a topic, and there's kind of a more linear organization about information about that particular topic. I don't know how effective the layout is in some cases. So these are 100 facts about rainforest, and you can see that the way that these facts are organized is kind of like wall-to-wall text. It's all just like one fact after another, after another, after another, after another. Now, while I will admit that this is kind of an interesting graphic design trick, I don't think that it lends to really wonderful readability. I mean, the type is kind of small and all of the lines are running into each other, so it's kind of hard to separate out those facts. I do give National Geographic a lot of credit for doing different experimentation with different types of layouts in graphic design. Just not sure how completely effective it is in that particular case. As usual, sometimes that graphic design works out better than others. Like, I just think the way that this is organized on this page is so funny, and it really will draw you in and give you a good laugh at the same time. So, not a deep criticism of this particular book. I would say, though, this is more for people that are real fact hounds, that love lists, that love organization, that love, what is the most, what is the best, and they'll have a lot of fun with this book. And again, you can always use it as a coffee table type book and stick it on your coffee table and have other people dip into it. And, you can see how just having one or two of these National Geographic books lying around, people will take advantage of that. If I'm looking at the three books as a whole, which one of these books do you most need? I would say that on the basis of our experience, the Almanac is really the most fun book. It has some of the benefits of being able to learn about science and dip into little facts, but it also has those extras like quizzes and activities and stuff like that. My second favorite is probably Bet You Didn't Know. It reminds me a lot of the Weird But True game that I've also reviewed on my channel. So it could be a nice pairing, those two things together, the Weird But True game and the Bet You Didn't Know, if your kids like that kind of thing. The 5,000 Awesome Facts book is not terrible. I mean, I've shown you the pages, nice layout, interesting things. It's not my favorite of the three. So if I were to go in my order of preference, it would probably be Almanac, Bet You Didn't Know, and 5,000 Awesome Facts. Okay guys, signing off. Have a great day and happy reading.